Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the meter bridge. Meter bridge is another form of windstone bridge. To understand the meter bridge clearly, watch the previous video in which we have discussed about the windstone bridge. It consists of a uniform manganese wire AB of 1 meter length. The end A is connected with the copper strip C as shown here. This wire is stretched along a meter scale on a wooden board between two copper strips C and D. We have seen the copper strip C already, which is connected with the end A. Here, the other end of the wire B is connected with the copper strip D, as shown here. Between these two copper strips, another copper strip E is mounted to enclose two gaps. They are G1 and G2 as shown here. An unknown resistance P is connected in the gap G1 and a standard resistance Q is connected in the gap G2. The standard resistance is nothing but a resistance box where you can adjust the resistance value. A jockey, that is a conducting wire, is connected to the negative terminal of the galvanometer. The positive terminal of the galvanometer is connected to the copper strip E in the meter bridge. Here, the positive terminal of the Lagrange cell is connected with the end A. The other end of the wire, that is B, is connected with the negative terminal of the Lagrange cell as shown here. The position of the jockey on the wire is adjusted so that the galvanometer shows the zero deflection. I have kept the jockey on the wire. You can observe the left side deflection in a galvanometer. At the particular point, there will be no deflection in a galvanometer. So at this point J, there is no deflection in a galvanometer. Still, I am going to move the jockey in the right side of the point J. You can observe there is a right side deflection in a galvanometer. At this point J, there is no deflection in a galvanometer. So we have to find the distance between A and J. The distance AJ we have to measure. That is a balancing length L1. There is a left side deflection in a galvanometer. When the jockey is kept at the point J, there is no deflection in a galvanometer. Now there is a right side deflection in a galvanometer. That means jockey is kept at the right side of the point J. So far we have measured the length AJ, that is nothing but a balancing length L1. Now we can find the length JB, that is a balancing length L2. So far we have found the lengths AJ and JB. AJ is nothing but a balancing length L1, JB is nothing but a balancing length L2. The lengths AJ and JB of the bridge wire. Now replace the resistance R and S of the windstone bridge. Then we can write the bridge balance condition which we have studied already in a windstone bridge. P by Q, that is equal to R by S. P is a unknown resistance, that is nothing but a resistance of the wire, and Q is a standard resistance which is the known value. So I am going to find the value of P and you have to find the value of R and S. R is the resistance of the segment AJ and S is the resistance of the segment JB. Then how can we find that value? Because AB is a single wire which has the 100 centimeter length, that is 1 meter length. So you can't cut that wire. So as it is, we can find the resistance of that two segments. How can we find? For that only we have to use the idea, that is R dash, resistance per unit length of the wire. For example, for 1 centimeter length, it has the resistance R dash. Then what about the resistance of the 2 centimeter wire? That has 2 R dash. So in 1 centimeter, it has R dash resistance value. For 2 centimeter, that will be 2 R dash. For 10 centimeter, 10 R dash. Then what is the length here? The length of the first segment is AJ. So what is the resistance of that segment AJ? You have to multiply that length with the R dash. So that's why I have written R that is equal to R dash into AJ. Likewise, you have to find the resistance of the segment JB. So that length JB can be multiplied with resistance per unit length of the wire, that is R dash. So I have written yes, that is equal to R dash into JB. So the two resistance value we have found. So resistance of that small segment AJ is nothing but R dash into AJ. Resistance of this segment JB, that's nothing but R dash into JB. These two values have replaced the resistances which are used in a Whinstone bridge. So R and S are replaced by these values. So here R dash can be cancelled. It is a common thing that can be cancelled. So P by Q, that is equal to, no need to write R by S. So P by Q, that is equal to AJ by JB. AJ and JB are nothing but a balancing lengths. So AJ, that is equal to L1. JB is nothing but a L2. So here you can find the unknown resistance P easily. P by Q, that is equal to L1 by L2. So what is the value of P? Q value want to be taken that side. P, that is equal to Q into L1 by L2. Here another one idea. So if you know the value of L1, easily you can get the value of L2. How can you find? You know that length of the wire, that is length between A and B is 100 centimeter. It's nothing but 1 meter. That's nothing but 100 centimeter. So it can be written as L1 divided by 100 minus L1. Remember that unit is in centimeter. So it is also another one expression. P by Q, that is equal to L1 by L2. Another one, P by Q, that is equal to L1 divided by 100 minus L1. That is also can be used. The bridge wire is salted at the ends of the copper strips. Due to imperfect contact, some resistance might be introduced at the contact. These are called end resistances. This error can be eliminated if another set of readings are taken with P and Q interchanged and the average value of P is found. Here you can see the resistances P and Q are interchanged in the gap. Here unknown resistance P is connected in G2, a standard resistance is connected in G1. For this new arrangement also, we can repeat the same procedures and we can find the new balancing length L1 and L2 and we can find the average P value. To find the specific resistance of the material of the wire in the coil P, the radius R and the length L of the wire is measured. The radius R can be measured with the help of screw gauge. The specific resistance or resistivity of the given material can be calculated as follows. You know the expression for the resistance of the given material, R, that is equal to rho L by A. Rho is nothing but a resistivity of the given material. L is the length of the given material and A is the area of the given material. We can rearrange this expression to get the resistivity value. Rho, that is equal to R into A divided by L. Here what is the given material? We have taken the wire. So R is the resistance of the wire. In our case we have taken that as a P. And A is the area of the cross section of the wire. Suppose it is a wire, so cross sectional area, it's nothing but a circular area. So area of the circle can be substituted there, pi r square can be substituted there, divided by L is nothing but a length of the wire, that can be measured easily, that can be substituted there. So rho, that is equal to, instead of R is a general term, in the meter bridge we have written P as an unknown resistance, so it can be, R can be replaced by P. Area is nothing but a circular area. For wire, this is cross sectional area is nothing but a circle, so area of the circle can be substituted here by r square divided by length L. By using this expression, you can easily find the specific resistance or resistivity of the given material. So meter bridge can be used to measure the resistance and the resistivity of the given material. Thank you.